Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll throw up the map veto. We'll find out where we're going to be playing in this here match, and we'll just go through that right now. It's going to be Border and Cafe gotten rid of as the auto bans.
Yeah, it leaves us with Coastline banned by G2, so we won't see the top 2 pick maps for EU.
Okay.
And we'll be left with Clubhouse, which is pretty good. I guess we're expecting certain operators to be removed from it, right? You'd expect your Maverick to be taken away.
Mavericks to get banned, yeah.
Echo or Maestro, depending on what. Mira sometimes.
Usually it's the Echo.
Yeah.
And the Mira, definitely. Maybe a Lion.
Maybe a Lion ban, that's
G2.
true. Maybe Dokebi every now and then, you'll see
Saw her in the last one, but that was a counter ban for Ace.
Habana or Thermite get removed, one of them.
That would be weird. I mean, it's probably going to be the Maverick, right?
Yeah.
But if it's the Habana or the Thermite then, and the Maverick, woo.
That's scary.
Clubhouse gets weird then.
That's Latin America levels of things.
So what do you guys think? What's going to happen? Please just share your thoughts. Okay.
All right. Well, the bandwagon has definitely left the building.
Well, I mean, I'm again.
It makes sense.
Not surprised. It's the same for me. This is the same as the last one. I mean, you can't really say no to that. It's G2, and it's the same thing where Giants got 75% over Sisu, and G2 now gets 79% over Chaos. But interestingly, the disparity between the points for these teams was actually more extreme with the Giants Sisu match than with this G2 Chaos match, because these teams find themselves currently neck and neck.
Yes.
So, yeah, definitely fans.
It is a reason why this is the match of the day. I guess you could argue for Na'Vi Vitality as well.
Well,
and I agree.
If we're talking about close matches,
yeah,
Na'Vi Vitality probably.
Yeah, but G2 Chaos just has quite a bit on the line as well.
For me, this is just, it's the match of the day because of Discovery. That's what I said at the beginning of the broadcast, and I'll stand behind that. We're all just trying to find out where G2 is. And even more, we're trying to find out where Chaos is. Because, I mean, it's been 2 months practically.
It really has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. So, Capitao, Habana, no Maverick. Interesting bans here. A little bit different than what we might expect. You've called the Habana. You were right. And the Capitao, not surprising, is he's one of the most powerful operators in the
Mira,
game.
you called it very intelligently, and not surprising, it's EU.
I blush. So, Echo or Maestro, probably. To see both of them in play, we saw it last match.
There you go.
Unlikely to happen, so it's going to be Echo left in.
I think that's our call, both of us, so
yeah.
At this point, we know this game.
I mean, the ban phase is always so predictable, man.
For EU, yeah. For Latin America, it can get pretty crazy pretty fast.
It's fair. I mean, it's also, you see some variants in North America, as well as EU even. I mean, Dokkaebi got banned in the first map.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a little bit weird. It's a counter ban. They were banning out aces. Didn't
Correct.
work out for them. But, yeah, I mean, there's some variants sometimes.
All right, well, even though Zoronic isn't here, you'll see him represented in the game, playing as Bandit.
Oh, yeah, that's true, huh? He does really have, like, the same kind of beard going on.
It's like Zoronic 15 years from now. Or 20 years from now.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, because Bandit's really... Is he old?
Yeah.
Like, in his lore?
Yeah.
Okay, I
don't think this is when he's too old,
Mm-hmm.
but Bandit is older.
All right.
And Smoke is the youngest.
Smoke is the youngest?
Yes. Smoke is the youngest operator.
How old is... Do you know?
Well,
I'll look it up.
21 or 22.
I'm going to look it. I want to know.
I don't know if there have been any younger operators. I don't know Nook because we can't see her face. But that's tactical, so I don't know about that.
Isn't that just like lore? Like her whole thing is you don't know anything about.
Yeah, but that's like the Danish frog things.
29.
29.
Really? Is he the youngest?
Really?
Yeah, he's 29.
I am mistaken. He's older than I am.
I'm gonna find out who the youngest one is.
Hold that thought. Well, here we go. In the meantime, I will guide you through the start of the round because we actually really need to know who the youngest is.
Mute is the youngest.
Mute is the... Okay, there you go.
We all know Thatcher is the oldest.
Yes.
Mute is the youngest.
No, Kyle is older.
Is he now? Oh, yeah, he might be. But Thatcher was the... Okay. All right, we're moving on. We got to kill it.
Of the day when I look like Maestro in my... By the time I'm 45, and it's called when I'm 75.
So,
but I can drink.
Maverick left unbanned means the Maverick tricking gonna happen almost every round. Reynolds is gonna be opening up the north side panel on this server wall. He doesn't need to be taking any damage there, but he's playing it safe, doing the tighter angle so he doesn't get shot from server.
Yeah, you need to watch out for also anybody just moving close to that drone hole. It happens more often than a lot of people would like to admit, where you just get shot on the side. Crips is gonna throw up his drone, and he's gonna make sure that he's on the right track of the rappel, so he doesn't expose much of his body before the wall is completely open. And the best thing about running this Maverick Buck combination is that you delete the reinforcement and then you buck the whole wall open, right? It just works so well.
It's really easy, and Buck is known to be so powerful right now, especially, again, with that skeleton key. It's so good at killing people. Now, one fun fact is that if you Maverick trick a wall open, the electricity from the Electro Claw or Bandit Battery persists. So if you try to walk through it, you're going to take a little bit of damage. And that's why it might be relevant to put down your Electro Claw, even if a Maverick trick wall is open.
So there you see, Vidalian is setting up one of the Thermite charges to enter from above, and Renewals will find Fabian. First frag here of the game, and Renewals has entered in. Vidalian opening up the sidewall here from outside, and then we'll move in very closely. Well, okay, secretly just firing in through what appears to be a drone marker there.
Bad mark there, in the wrong location, and the player on G2 is going to stay alive in this site. Chaos are doing a great job of opening up this site, though. They've managed to Maverick trick both of the important walls. Pengu's going to get the first kill for his team. It's a good one onto Renewals. Just holding an aggressive angle onto the beat window. It's a good start.
Uno is taking a lot of damage so far in the engagement, and we're 40 seconds here, and this is one of the best maps for Chaos if you look at things historically. Goga's up close. Oh no, misses the Nitro Cell. He's going to try to recover, and he has support from his teammates, so might be able to do so, but no, he panics. He has to stay back. I think he'll just be shot there and will miss. Vidali will not on the opposite end of that gun. He'll find one. Pengu with a refrag on us secretly, trying to keep the team afloat. Barbed wire was deployed before, so no use of the Nitro Cell, and he's finally going to get shot down by Vidalian. Uno with one. Cantor Raketti finds two as he relocates into Garage. Playing the rafters. He's going to save the round for G2 on the entry. Chaos got a bit too close for comfort there.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort is a good way to put it, as that was, yes, a G2 round, but a hard recovery. They had to bring that back from a deficit. It seemed like we were going to see a lockout from Chaos. They were getting some great entries there, some huge hiccups from G2 as we saw Goga just whiff the C4, try to pick it up, and then get a little bit confused as to his positioning. I was confused as to why he was throwing a C4 in the first place. The whole thing was a bit of a mess on the side of G2. And good job to Cantor Raketti and Uno for the recovery, but it shouldn't need to be a recovery in that kind of defense. For me, that mostly comes down to the Maverick being left in play. Instead of banning out Maverick, Chaos decided to ban out Hibana. The reason why is obvious. Renewals really knows his Maverick. He's doing a great job at using him, and he was a huge driving force in that round for his team. Not enough to get the win, yes, but again, they came pretty darn close.
Yeah, G2 banning the Capitao first because they went up in the ban phase as the first ones.
They're the defenders.
Yep. It allowed Chaos to kind of get the pick that they were expecting. Now, a lot of people haven't really noticed this, but Chaos have had a big roster change in those couple months. Vidalian replaced by Vito.
Yeah.
Literally the same guy, by the way, for anybody watching outside.
He just changed.
He just changes
to make it easier for everyone, which is great.
Yes, Vito. It's very vital that Vito keeps his name.
I think it's clean. I think it's clean.
Yeah.
I think it's cleaner. We've seen some controversial name changes in Pro League in the past. Like if you remember, there was that Freedom.
Yeah.
And
true. It got reverted pretty quickly.
It got reverted pretty quickly, and I think this one. I like this one. I agree with this one.
So Vito is going to be in on the Thermite. Did a pretty decent job in the previous round, and also doing quite a bit of damage. So 2 kills, I believe, was his tally for that one. And on top of that, able to open up the walls, do work. He's secretly taking a lot of damage early on, and I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe from a shot from Goga. Seems to correlate to them. No, he's using the AUG. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Cantor Raketti will find Crips.
Oh, so okay, there's this really beautiful
angle.
No.
Oh my, what a shot.
There's this really beautiful angle that you can see from the hallway outside a kitchen over to the bandit wall. So you can deny the bandit tricking. But if you know about it, you can challenge it. Cantor Raketti knows about it. He challenged it, and he beat Crips at his own game. Crips opened that angle up. He gave himself away, and you're right, what a shot. It's a very hard shot to hit. You got to be impressed by Cantor Ketty when he hits ones like that.
Definitely, and Kento is definitely one of the most talented players to hit pro lane, yes, to play Rainbow Six in general. We'll see that reflected in a wonderful shot here through the usual buck angle. It's very difficult to find, as you say. It's a very tiny hole, and you see here the edge of it in the backpack.
There it is.
Madeline is carrying. Kento will take a tiny bit of damage, but
That's from Blue.
inconsequential.
Yeah, he was taking it from New Blue, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Long angle play here on Cantor Ketty. But you're right, inconsequential, and Uno's going to get secretly, which will allow for Fabian to make a flank by the main door.
Now, this pulls back a few of the players from Chaos, and at a 3v5, you're sitting pretty here if you're G2. If you're the Maverick, you can one-tap the shield and it auto-destroys, but Kanto misses the shot. No, actually, he trades it a 1-to-1. Fabian actually runs all the way to the top floor, going for the wide flank. Will catch off one of the drones here to keep on moving with it. Goga firing in with the AUG, but unfortunately that rate of fire is just way too slow. Uno will find one on Fiddling, leaving Red Groove all alive here with barely any ammo left in that P226. Definitely none left in the L85. He'll reload real quick, but opens up the angle. Spotted by Uno, and everything is being watched. Uno will find the head. And G2 is secure the second round.
All right, 2 in a row there from G2. Again, though, Chaos keeping themselves in it while not winning it. It doesn't seem like they're getting completely shut out necessarily. So that's good. That bodes well for the future of this match. Of course, Clubhouse being that defender, favored type of deal. And G2's making that work for them. Overall, this the hard destruction not working as well as I think it could. In terms of what Chaos is putting out right now, that church wall was not opened up despite it being clearly a church take. The blue take didn't work out very well for Chaos. Overall, their ability to pressure into the anchor positions was... they didn't really have very much. And it was a pretty easy hold there, I think, for G2.
Yeah.
And despite that, they still gave away a few picks, which is really important to note. It means that Chaos aren't out of it. They've got a chance.
Again, this is the most defender-sided map, right?
Is it? Statistically?
Yeah, statistically speaking.
Okay.
Clubhouse, the second most. Villa is number 1.
Ah, okay.
And Clubhouse is number 2. There's a few percentages, I think 3 or 4% between the two maps.
They're both pretty high up there.
There you go. It makes sense that you're doing this, but it's not like G2 are giving Chaos any breathing space, that's for sure. G2 completely in control. You'll see Mute here, Fabian bringing the bulletproof camera. Curious as to where he'll be setting that up. Maybe to watch the hallway from the end of it, or maybe to look on in close by the bed. There's a few positions that you can run that bulletproof camera, and it can really disrupt your opponents that have to look for it. Cantor Ketty seems to be setting up here to play inside of Cash, and you see reinforcements everywhere. Everything's been sacrificed from G2 to hold on to Cash. It has to be an ecosystem, really, to make sure that Cash is held for as long as possible. There's a Thermite, but Renewals is going to sacrifice what he's got here. There's not really much that can be done against him. Grenade, again, for people that don't know this, Dokebi now has frag grenades.
Yeah, it's
Why don't you look at that?
It's weird, but it's what we have.
Yeah.
Because, she needed more options, obviously. She wasn't already a really versatile and excellent operator.
No.
Uno's going to take a little bit of damage there inside of Office. Nice angle play there from Secretly. And this is effectively cut off the rotation between Workshop, or in Workshop, between Cash and Master. So that's really good job there from Chaos. Good use of the nade. Now, Maverick coming over to the jacuzzi balcony wall so he can deny the mute jammer, but there's actually a bandit to trick this, as well as a Kaid, should it be necessary. Kaid playing the angle, waiting for it, sees the foot of his opponent. Just missing the shot. Oh, the timing! The timing could not be worse from Uno. It's not his
he's
fault.
got it!
Beautiful job there as he takes down Vital, though.
A huge shot there to kill Vitaline before he can open up the wall. How much of a charge that... Oh, we're at 3. Okay, so there's still potential for renewals.
He's definitely got enough to Maverick trick this, but he's going to get a little bit of damage in the process.
Damage done to Cantor Ketty, but the refract from Fabian, as even though his rotation was cut off, he will commit to Cash. A call will come in from the Tokebi, but Fabian will stick his position. Grenade flying right over his head. Will sail and will not hit anyone on the opposite end of it. So things stabilize at a 3v3, but everybody's in kind of a precarious position.
Yeah, G2 are caught out, and there's 50 seconds. That's a lot of time for Chaos. If one of the players on Chaos decides to just drone, figure out what's going on, and then they pinch these players who are anchoring the site, this could be a really easy win. Like Pengu, for example, is so exposed. He's a free kill right now if just one person drones him out.
There was a frag grenade here for Gokebi. Things would just spiral out of control, that's for sure.
The call's been made on Pengu's location. Could be Red Groove challenges him and wins, but it's actually going to be a rotation from the Maverick, and there's the pre-fire. Renewals gets the free kill that we talked about. With Pengu gone, there's less time because it took so much of that time to get that one kill. So Chaos really have to rush themselves in. G2, they just need to stay alive. And wow, Fabian's actually not even contested by Cash. It's all on Uno to deny the plant. Can he do it? C4 goes out. There's no one covering, but he misses the C4, but still denies the plant. What a absolute mess. But Uno manages to win it anyways. Even he's surprised.
That would have been a beautiful Nitro Cell, but because he pulled back, it's the I guess, not so new dynamic now. It's been like a year and a bit, right? It has to do with your movement as well. So not just chucking the nitro, but...
Are you talking about the movement
velocity?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
relative
really,
velocity or something like that. I don't know.
I'm no Einstein.
If you're moving, then the velocity of your movement influences the toss.
Yes,
that's
because in terms of physics,
not everyone's used to it.
The speed of your motion is transferred to any item that you chuck or yeet away from your body. That's physics terms.
But I don't think everyone's used to it yet. And it's clear that Uno's maybe not.
It happens, right?
It used to be that you could come around a corner, and what you used to do is split second, you're around a corner, the momentum of the, or the velocity, I suppose, of the C4 would just be whatever it is normally. There's no variance. It was consistent, right?
It was consistent depending on where you threw it from.
Just the point, that's it.
It's not like this anymore.
And so what you used to do is you used to come around a corner, throw it at the tightest possible angle, and then instantly shimmy back around and get nice and safe. You're happy? Good. You can't do that anymore. And he tried to there, and it almost cost him the round.
It's fine. He saved it, so it was.
We're good.
It's a warning shot. It's like, oh, I come around the first time. Are you gonna be ready for me? And they weren't.
Okay, so, despite that C4, despite the many hiccups that G2 have had, they have managed to win these 3 rounds.
Indeed.
And that's really important. And what you can point a finger at for the, if you're wondering why that's happening, it's, well, okay, Chaos didn't cover the gym hallway. Dude, they're planting a gym. They're not covering the gym hallway. What the heck? Fabian gets a free kill onto Secretly, it seems, as he's attempting to clear out the roamers. This is a good start for G2.
But it is a start. You're locking down the bottom floor, right? You're locking down the basement. It's not a position that you're really expecting the attackers to come from that often. But the Jackal coming in from there, just because the wall wasn't reinforced, obviously, at the end of Dirt, you go in, you're usually looking at locking down anybody from blue, anybody that's sitting in oil pit, because it happens very often. You want to support the player in garage. There's no drone to give you info on it, and you run clear into Pengu, who's just sitting there and finds the freebie. Obviously a great play here for G2, and you lose your counter roam potential, I guess. It's not like roam play was a big portion of this round for G2, but still, it slows Chaos down. On a map like this, every bit of utility counts, and with smokes out, it might not be great near the end. Crips will find Fabian, eliminating the mute, so Nitro Cell off the board, I'd assume. Uno scanning from below, playing in the bar. Very exposed position, but he has info on where his opponents are, and they are not sitting close. Oh, there we go. The missed Nitro Cell again. Uno.
That's like the 3rd.
Recover it. He can't. It's too long. They say the long arm the law, but it's not the long arm pulse.
Somebody get Uno off of C4. Cancer Ketty will down one on the B window. That's Red Groove. Great job there. As the Thatcher on the floor, he's not going to be able to do as much. He'll be picked up, of course. 20 HP. Man, it'd be great if he had like a C4 you could throw through that window.
Okay.
Alton. Bad timing from Uno. It's not his fault there. That was just unfortunate. Could have gotten a free kill. Pengu goes for way too aggressive play onto the B window. It does not work out for him this time. Gogo will take down Vito, though. There you go, refrag. G2 keeping themselves in this. Uno downstairs has a lot of information for his team. Cantor Kitty in a really important position, and he's going to be able to do a lot of work as he finally finishes off Crip, maybe? There it is. The vault there from Chaos and Crip, and that's going to be G2 taking another round. 4-0.
Unfortunate for Chaos is that they dropped the diffuser on Cash on their entry.
Yeah.
So even though they had a man equilibrium, or when it comes to at least breaking on a site, the diffuser was already dropped thanks to Kanto's shot, and that just, it spells disaster for you because you're nearing the end of the round. G2 sitting at 4 rounds here on Clubhouse. 4 rounds on defense is what you're really expecting to have. A 5th would definitely be massive. So Chaos are looking to get 2 rounds on the attack. Now, it's not like they've been having a big break, though, against G2. The only one that I can really think of is their entry in a round-ish ago when it was the double plant on Jim, and then Uno came in from the back with a Scud. That was the time that it really got close for that diffuser to just watch it from the window, but it never went down. And otherwise, G2 really have been at the helm despite their mistakes here and there.
There have been a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
On both teams. And right now it just seems like G2, being really well-rounded as they are narrowly taking each of these rounds. I mean, the mistakes from Chaos, mistakes from G2. And then G2 wins it like 2 people alive. 3 people alive. These are close rounds. So 4-0 does not really do justice to what we're seeing right now. And it's not necessarily because it's a really intense match. Just a weird one. I'm reloading. Word I'm gonna use. Oh, wow. Okay. A run out from Master. Well, not a run out. It's just a peek from Master. And there goes your Maverick. And there goes your round, in all likelihood. Maverick is such a key operator, especially on a basement attack. So, and it's even more roamers. I mean, we've got somebody in lounge, it looked like. Valkyrie Cam here by the bar. There's, yeah, it's Fabian in lounge. And he hasn't been droned. Why has he not? How has he not been droned? Okay, the drone coming out, and Fabian's going to have to move because of that. They're holding it, but there was still an opportunity there for Fabian to do some work. He'll be shut down by Secretly, though.
And Vitalina with another one on the Goga Secretly. Oh, he just finds Kanto for free.
This is a basement defense, and the attackers are in the site. Nobody there to stop them, really, and it's going to be Uno in a 1 versus 3 with Vito down. Make that a 1 versus 2. Very winnable, actually, with a downed player. Diffuser planted, though, so that's more pressure onto Uno's shoulders. He's going for some pre-fires, not able to get anything. He doesn't know that there's no one in Arsenal. Some shots going towards Moto, but not able to land any. All the pre-fires here from Uno, and Vito has been picked up, so it is going to be a 1 versus 3 once again. This is definitely winnable. It's not going to be easy, but it's winnable. He's got information on this corner because of the default camp. Pre-fire comes out, and it's going to do some damage to Uno. Putting him on such low HP, it's unlikely he's going to be able to get these last 2. Oh, he sees 1, but can't land the shots. Such a nice try. Chaos take their first round.
Position behind black box is always so difficult to fight against if you're retaking.
Yeah, definitely.
It's impenetrable, number 1, which is why if you can defend behind it, it's always great. It's usually better than the bar, at least depending on where your opponents are coming from. On top of that, if you're on the attack, you just planted behind black box. Oh my, you have such a powerful position to play behind. It was close, but again, you're expecting Uno to ace, and it's kind of a Hail Mary at the end to try to survive and save the round. It happens. G2 still at a massive lead with 4-1. They might even be able to extend it here as, yeah, it didn't make much sense for them to play the way they did in Church. They kind of wanted to try something, I guess. It happens. You have that lead. It doesn't matter much if you sacrifice a round for it, right?
I mean, all I know about that last round was that there was a full roam from G2, and Chaos read that and went into the site. That's it. I mean, why? No, look at that.
You guys played insane. You guys impressed so much during offseason. Hey, get your tweets on here. Maybe you can screenshot them and also get some free karma. if anything, it's all one tweet for the cloud. The best tweet gets on there. It's definitely not the ones that call Intero a communist, because that's common knowledge at this point. Thank you very much. We have done our advertising moment for the evening. We will not return to that anytime soon. Thank you very much. We're back, though. Church defense. Are G2 going to play the same they did in the last round, or are they just going to stick to the basics, sitting down on the sideline?
I really hope the latter, because the former did not work out very well. When they were trying to hold roam on basement of Clubhouse, that is one of the things that has been tried, tested, and proven to not be great for so many years. Clubhouse has existed for a long, long time, and you don't roam on the basement of Clubhouse, man. Uno, roaming on the basement of Clubhouse, will get the first kill here for G2. And that's going to be Crips taken out. Good pick there. Ooh, a hacked drone here from Fabian. He might be able to... Ooh, nope. He's not going to be able to save that. Nice aggressive play there from Secretly.
10-1 so far for Uno, by the way. And for all the people out there that were really questioning his move to G2, you guys really have no idea what you're talking about. Let's just say it like that. And we'll see the hatch here being opened up, as you can't really do much with no... Well, there is a Thatcher in play, actually. Huh.
I think it's safe to say that most of the people who say something about a roster change don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because usually it has something to do with something internal, man.
Yeah.
Which we don't know about unless you're talking to the players.
Yeah, and only the players really will understand it. And that's beyond us. Ooh. Smoke being thrown all the way down the hallway. It'll delay things a bit, but the run out from Goga here as he plays the impacted hole so well. The Clyde using the impact grenade, of course, and not the Nitro Cell, the usual that we've been seeing. The DPS on that AUG 3 might not be the best, but it's doing work. Vitalian will find Uno, though. Finally shut down the Jaeger. That will collect his second death, I believe.
Oh.
Vito onto Fabian now, and this turns into a 3v3. Though G2 the advantage health-wise and utility-wise.
A bomb has been located.
What do you do to enter?
They just need to hold angles. 2 smokes on the side of Secretly. He's on low HP, but if he gets those smokes down, he can really help his team by cutting off the 2 players that are in Arsenal. There's only one anchor in Church, and that's Cantor Raketti. So this push is really ill-advised from Secretly, and it'll cost him. Red Groove gets an entry, though, onto Pengu. So 1 in each site for G2, and it looks like it's actually going to be a bit of a split take here onto Church from Blue and Moto. Cantor Kitty gets even further into the corner. He'll do some damage to the Thermite of Vito and allow Goga to come up from behind in Moto. Pre-fire comes out, missed shots. But here we go, the rush in, and Goga will take out that Thermite. A second for him, and there you go. What a great lockout from G2. Good teamwork between Kanto and Goga.
There was a drone on the floor that was hacked by Fabian with a Mozzie that was relaying every single step that the Thermite was doing.
Wow.
That's the power of the Mozzie.
It's a solid advantage to have, yeah.
Later in the round, you are not looking at the drones if you're an attacker. It's not an instinctive thing, is it? And you just have it. Goga can just keep creeping up because he has the call. Perfectly done. This is why we can't always explain to you the effect that a support player or support player in the moment has of an effect on the entire round, and especially at the end of it, because we don't always get to see it. And this time, clearly spotted. Well done by G2. Chaos, it's unfortunate because it was a good play by G2, but again, that's why you bring the Mozzie. It worked out well. Maybe the EMPs didn't really hit that position, and the entry into Church. So be it. 5-1. G2 had a massive advantage. And now, of course, they switch to the attacking side. Chaos bringing out the Clash. Oh, that too.
Was that a Pro League Tachanka set that I just saw? Is that a thing? I swear I just saw an advertisement for a Pro League Tachanka.
Really?
I swear. It was like in the bottom right corner.
Let me go.
All right.
That will sell stacks.
I didn't know they were doing that. That's just a meme at this point, man.
I mean, it has been, I guess, since the release of the game.
There's also there's also a Pro League Knock set too.
Yeah, Tachanka, IQ, Nook, and Warden. They were in the same set. There's a Tachanka Pro League set. For all of you Bikini Body fans that also happen to watch Pro League, maybe this is your moment. Pay our salary.
Does Bikini Body have a thing with Tachanka?
Yeah, it's like a big thing.
Okay.
I don't know. He's he's weird. He's Swedish, but
Is he like trying to make it seem like Tachanka's a good operator?
yeah, that's what Russian Badger does as well.
Really? Are they colluding on this?
Kinda. One's NA, one's EU.
Okay. All right, guys.
Badger was running that like Tachanka hat on him, I guess, at the major. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. No, a couple people wore that.
Yeah, he's playing Tachanka, and then he just literally drops it down and starts firing in the game. That was such a cool moment.
That's pretty funny. Now, G2 going to be opening up the cash wall. You'll notice that the strategy for both of these teams has been pretty similar across the board. One big difference, though, for Chaos in this round is they have brought a Clash to hold on to cash.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
It's pretty cash of him. Grenade thrown in the back, and it won't hit. It's just enough to push Chaos a tiny bit back from the rotation hole.
Supposed to say cash money.
I guess.
They'll make the retreat all the way back to Workshop, and they didn't lose anyone, nor even any HP. So that is a good delay action played by Chaos there.
They pull back, and that's a great usage of having Clash, right? So it works well. That's how you're supposed to run her, by not having her too far forward, like sometimes G2 would do in the past.
Yeah, G2 didn't really. They had a lot of Clash experiments, and it never worked out for them, really.
Yeah.
I just don't think they vibe with Clash.
That's true. I think the only two teams that have really worked well with her are Penta and Chaos, and you're seeing Chaos really excel well with her. Secretly, we'll find Fabian, so it's a big pick off there on the Thatcher before they ingress into the site. And also, the big part of it is that your flank, your bottom, is now exposed to the Jaeger. They're just sitting pretty and waiting for you to make the push on the site and then just collapse rapidly on you.
Well, Pengu's going to take down Crips, secretly on low HP downstairs, which means only 2 real anchors right now, since Clash is not going to be able to directly influence anything other than delay actions. Renewal's playing on the stairs, Vito in the bathroom, so very light pressure on the site, which means Goga can plant. Cantor Ketty will deny Vito peeking out from the bathroom, while Pengu denies the gym hallway. Leaving just Red Groove and secretly. Red Groove not going to be able to do anything with his SMG, and it's just secretly downstairs now. Unable to deny the plant from the drop down, and will down Pengu, but not get any further than that. Cantor Ketty the final kill. G2, match point.
Chaos had control of the bottom floor with at least the Jaeger in that position, but they didn't have control of anything else. And the windows were just left uncontested. G2 locked them down, and because nobody was firing at them, all they had to do was run in and plant, and that's what Goga does best. Goga plants. And that's what he did. He died at the end, but it was a worthwhile sacrifice. The diffuser was already set, and G2 had already penetrated the defenses, were well deep into the site, had control of trading, had control of the bedroom, had control of the gym, and even the hallway at the end. It was all done and dusted. G2 at a 6-1, and might be running away with a 7-1 here.
I mean, it really seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
This has been pretty one-sided of a deal right now. We're going to be going to the basement. Surprising that we didn't go to the basement to begin things, or even cash. They went to gym. Definitely a miscalculation there from Chaos, as is evident by their utter defeat in that last round. G2 Uno knows. Hungry tweets that out. That G2 Uno knows how to throw C4. Crying, laughing emoji.
Really?
Okay.
I like how it says crying, laughing emoji.
That's an actual thing. Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a reason to myself. But yeah,
I don't really use emojis when you text, dude.
I don't use emojis.
No,
not very much. It's not a thing. It's just like I don't think about it very much. Now, that is an appropriate crying, laughing emoji because yeah, Uno's really been struggling with the C4 in this match. Luckily, he's on attack now and doesn't have to do that anymore. He is going to take some damage though from a spawn peek. Low HP Uno. No bueno for G2.
No, not at all. And here we are. Cantor Ketty finished off by Renewals. A good play here from him on the peak. Pengu will run on in, but it's a bit too late. Even though you got the tag on your opponent a few seconds earlier, that information is only relevant for the next 3 or 4 seconds, and after that, it's all done. We'll have to start off from the beginning. Goga and the Maverick try to move in closely from the pool table, and here he is. There's nobody in there. You saw the Jaeger in the previous round. He will step into a goo mine, however, and he's also being watched by camera. So the Chaos are really in control of Goga's position. Find a kill, but that's Crips on the Pengu. Things really slowing down for G2.
Goga seems a little bit distracted. He was just trying to shoot through a solid wall. A bit weird. C4 there for Chaos. They know how to make him work. And Pengu's down. So now G2, 2 men eliminated. Uno on low HP. Not a great situation when you're attacking the basement. So Maverick now trying to open up the drop down by the bar. They've lost the thermite, so it's got to be him. Obviously, the Kai Electricaw going to force him to do it anyway.
Uno, you would literally breathe on Uno and he would fall to his demise.
He's actually got HP. Yeah, you can tell he's got HP because there's 3 faint lines in the middle of the black bar that is his HP right now. If you look at the top, little 3 faint lines. You might be able to see them. Honestly, you might not be able to though. They're really, really small. But yeah, he's still up. He's still running, and no reset for him. He's just gonna keep going.
There is time for it, but G2 kind of are out of utility, so they need to make sure they push on the side. Regardless, they have a huge advantage in this game, so a round won't do too much to them. Find a kill. Fabian actually coming in from behind in the oil pit. And the shotgun. Oh no! How does it not kill Goga? He's still pretty much at full HP as Vidalin is taken off, and Uno is still alive. There's 3 left from Chaos, and this might be the reversal here from G2. You see the peak is secretly on the floor. A great position behind the bomb. Fabian will walk on in.
Nice kill there from Fabian, and the fact that there's no one inside of Moto allows all of these Chaos players to focus on blue. It's just Uno, and he's got very little HP. Secretly gets the final one there, and Chaos, a lockout on the basement. But they came so far ahead at the beginning and ended with 2 men still alive. That could have been a G2 retake.
Yeah, it was too close for comfort, that's for sure. The Clyde laying down on the floor by the bomb. At that point, G2 just don't have much time to drone, or even maybe don't have any drones left, right? You've expended so much because you're so afraid. You've lost a few drones, and you're attacking downstairs into church. A site very notorious for having you or forcing you to lose a lot of drones every minute, every moment that you move a few meters closer to the objective. So you're kind of left with not much info or not many ways to gather information by the end of the round. And G2 was 6-2. Of course, they are very much ahead. And Chaos were very successful on the bottom floor, but here on Bedroom, it's definitely a site that they were not so successful on, and that was even with the class. So they'll change away from that strategy, and G2 will have to deal instead with a Cloud, Bandit, and a Mute, all at the same time.
Why do we have overtime potential on that round breakdown?
I don't know.
So, in Pro League, for those of you who don't know, you can't get to overtime. If it goes to 6-6, then it's a draw. That's it. So 12 rounds total in potential here.
That'd be a hell of a comeback.
For Chaos right now, yeah, that'd be really impressive. Gotta say. If it is to happen, then man.
Unlikely, but
what a rally. Worth noting that G2 has secured at least 1 point since they are on match point. So minimum points coming out of this match, 11. They're going to have to lose 4 rounds in a row, including this one, in order for that to happen, though. So odds are slim.
Pengu opens up the wall, and here it's just the standard, hey, let's go into servers, and then from there we can assault into cache, while at the same time pressuring from the opposite end. It all depends on what or how G2 find Chaos to be maneuvering around the map. Maybe something will trigger you to change the assault to the opposite end of the map. But Uno greatly played, probably a drone play there from his teammates, but he catches secretly. Pretty huge here for G2.
Yeah, that's a really good pick to have early on. That's a operator that could be anywhere at any moment. Has a 3-speed Jaeger. Could have done a lot on the flank, but he's gone now. The nade goes out to top cash stairs, was not cooked enough, so it will not get the kill, despite there not being an ADS. Cantor Ketty, though, coming up from below will get the kill. So G2 now racking them up. 2-man advantage. They've got cash control, forcing these defenders to fall back in a workshop in the site.
Red Groove with the silent shoddy here. He's not being pressured, but there's a lot of rifles that are just pointed at him. He'll do damage, and Kanto is down on the floor, I assume. Nagoga finds him, and he sprays him to the second. Vidaline takes a bullet into the body, but he escapes. And oh, it comes out from behind. Renewals catches the double, and Kanto and Fabian. And Chaos now suddenly in control.
Beautiful job there from Renewals. It's all thanks to the play from Red Groove inside of Workshop. He landed 4 shots, and with that DMR shotgun, it does a lot of damage. Downed 1 player, damaged 2 others, and Pengu eating some damage outside on the south balcony. So overall, Chaos back in this, thanks to Red Groove and Renewals. We'll see if they can clutch it out with Vido and Renewals. Lots of time for G2 to find out where their opponents are. Vido is pretty exposed right now. He's playing the angle he knows he's exposed to. He's trying to hold it hard, and it might work out for him, but his teammate's just eating a lot of damage inside office. He will get a kill, though. Uno goes down, so now a 2 versus 2, and Goga eliminated by Vido. What a beautiful play so far from the smoke. The second vault in from Pengu. He's going to fake out a plant, it seems.
Yep.
He's got 20 seconds here. Smokes, that's the last one. All the denial left on the defense. No one's on default cam. Oh. There it is. Pengu's called out, and he rushes in and dies. Chaos salvage the rounds. Again, I don't know how they keep doing this. A beautiful clutch there from Renewals, Red Groove, and Vido.
The smoke positioning was just perfect to force Pengu away. That's why you leave those holes open on the side, but regardless, the smoke would have gone through the wall. It would have forced Pengu away no matter what. And then the perfect moment to switch onto the default cam. You said it, and then the instant you said it, Pengu was just looking towards the doors, and then when it flashed, that's when he was pressing shift, and he got shot the moment that he tried to cross the door. The crossfire was set up perfectly there from the defense of Chaos, and they knew there was 2 positions for him to peek from. Either the gym, if he had stayed in that position and played behind the bench, or if he had pushed up through the hallway, and in either case, there was somebody watching it. That was greatly played. They salvaged it, as you say. Now we head to cash. G2 6-3, still very doable. They have the double, the hard breach setup that we talked about, the Maverick and the Thermite. You have the Thatcher as well in support. The Buck, which has been such a massive operator. I think Buck has been played in pretty much every single round so far in our 2 series in this evening.
Yeah, he's become much more meta after the Raleigh Major.
Yeah.
The Raleigh Major is, and then we had the DreamHack in Canada, and now we're, yeah, through all of those events, just Buck. He's been really popular. So.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Okay. Cash defense. Now, the one benefit that G2 has here is that they know it must be a cash defense because nobody goes to bar unless they're throwing. And the other 2 sites have been successfully defended already. Crib's going to expose himself to Uno, and that definitely goes in Uno's favor. Uno a little cautious of some other runouts. Not going to happen, though. Early damage done to Crips can be healed up by Secretly, since they have brought the dock to hold on to the catwalk. Pretty popular choice of an operator. A little bit of a corner miss there. There you go. You have to get all of the metal as the Maverick when you're doing this. So make sure you're thorough. Goga has a lot of experience, he knows, and he is going to be very thorough.
And Crip's taking a decent chunk of damage early on. So
could be healed though.
Yeah.
If he makes it back to the dock, it's possible. 1 stim would go a long way.
The dock playing up in the catwalk is definitely a very standard play. We've seen it for quite a while where it turned into the metagame. We're playing here. There was first the Maestro and then came the dock. And just because you can serve, oh no, Renewals, he's so close! And he fires a single bullet, will hit, but it will alert G2. And it'll force him back. Fabian will find Secretly, turn it into a 4v5. And there you go, that's that hard point. The dock in the back can't heal himself no more, as he's dead.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate for Chaos as a whole. Crips has been downed, so it seems. Renewal's trying to pick him up. Nades coming into A to try and dislodge anyone who can deny the push in through the breach. Bulletproof Camera doing a lot of work inside of the garage. G2 trying to take garage before they do anything else. They'll be successful in that endeavor. Onto the catwalk now, and they can make a push for default plant. This is all thanks to that pick that they got onto secretly earlier in the round. If it weren't for that, this would not be happening, and G2 would be struggling elsewhere. Renewals takes down Goga, doing some good work in this round.
There's Uno on the reverse repel. This is exactly the position you want him to be in. Pengu will find Red Groove, and his job as a Thermite is very much done, and he's done a great job of it. Oh, Fabian firing into the back of Renewals that is barely alive at this point in time. You saw the Jaeger run up the staircase and back into the site, but it's just a tough situation for Chaos.
So the question is, how many smokes does Vito have in these last 30 seconds? 2. That's enough to deny the plant.
It's the perfect timing for him, and Cripps peeks around to find the head of Kanto Raketti right off the garage. Uno is watching the diffuser being planted and making sure that it does indeed go down. Pengu with the pre-fire suppressing his opponents in the back. And the Jaeger will stay down for at least a moment in a 3v3. Diffuser is set. Uno will play along the back as is on the reverse repel. 1 kill into Cripps, and he actually downs the second. Going for the Hail Mary shot here as he pulls out the pistol. The Skeleton Key was unable to find the downed player Vito in the back, and here we are, G2. Final kill for Uno onto Vitaline, or Pengu, excuse me. There you go. He picks up, finds it. That's the Jaeger done. G2 end up with a victory, a 7-3.
Good job there to G2, and it went a little bit longer than I think I expected after that first half. Saw some attempt at a comeback from their opponents from Chaos, but G2 managed to win it out in the end. Now, that was a really odd match, I gotta say. And while, yes, G2 won, there were mistakes made on both sides. So, I don't know. I'm still gonna wait and see. I'm before rendering judgment on what we from G2 this season, because that is gonna get them 3 points. That puts them a lot further up in terms of their personal, like their potential in this season. They will actually overtake Na'Vi in terms of points, and I don't know if they have the tiebreaker against Vitality. You can check that out later, but they'll put them in the same point range as Na'Vi. Vitality.
Vitality has a tiebreak over G2, 7-5.
So Vitality retains 3rd place. Now G2 are in 4th. However, some of the people underneath G2 right now, namely Na'Vi, have yet to play. So we're gonna wait and see on that one. But good for them. That keeps G2 in the running, technically.
Technically speaking, they're still... their run is mostly out of their hands. They can win everything from now until the end, but it doesn't guarantee them the spot.
Because, you know, Empire could also be winning most things. Though, G2 and Empire play next play day for Europe. So.
Yeah, and so far, G2 and Empire are tied 6-6. So there's possible 6-6 at the end as well. We had that in the previous season. It's a possibility, but...
And we did also have Empire beat G2 for the first time at the Rally Major, so that has been tipped, which means it's possible that Empire will take that match.
Empire definitely got over the fear factor that G2 brings to the table.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Yeah, and they looked really strong in that match.
Yeah.
But this match, here and now, G2, 7-3. Now, it was a pretty close match, all things considered. It was kind of a weird match. Weird is the word I'm going to keep using. I'm going to stick to that one. And, well, I mean, the expected team managed to see out to victory. This is 79% in favor of G2. And there's not a whole, honestly, there's not a whole lot to say about that match. I mean, like that last round, for example. This is what I can say. That last round, hey, 2 smokes in hand, 30 seconds. He's got enough to deny the plant, but he doesn't. He threw default plant. The plant was going down by breach. I don't know.
Because you didn't know. You weren't expecting.
Right. Yeah. Maybe it was a lack of information. Maybe it's just bad timing, bad positioning. Maybe the smoke's distracted. Doesn't matter. Like, other than stuff like that, there's not a lot to say about that match.
All right. Well, let's go for an interview and have a quick chat. Yeah. This time it's not with Fabian, so all of us are saved. Hello, Nicholas. How are you?
Hello, Milosh. Nice to see you. I'm sorry for disappointing the interview here to chat. I know I'm not Fabian, but I will do him justice one way or the other by being an idiot, so you're sad.
I said, bring me Fabian. You're not Fabian. I know that. I've learned from Golden Boy's
How
mistake.
can you not know who I am?
I'm Pengu, damn it. You
No,
see
no, no.
my
I was
videos.
speaking of Fabian's behalf, you know, and Raleigh major flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, that it happens every now and then, but it's
It
okay. Pengu, again, congratulations on your victory against Chaos as well. Northern opponents, I guess, the Swedes, against you guys, and for you as a Dane, it's definitely a different story.
Yeah.
But you guys have been through Raleigh, you've been through Montreal. You know, it's been a hard few weeks for you guys. You definitely made it deep into Raleigh, the grand final. You got close to the group stage though in Montreal. So I want to go back to that before we continue in our conversation. What happened there, and what have you learned from it to adapt into the online half here in the season?
We definitely had a fluke where at the Raleigh major, we just played extremely well, like peak performance G2. I think that was our best performance with Uno since picking him up. And we were so surprised. We had a terrible online season, coming to Raleigh, super strong. In the grand final, when the pressure is on, I would use the word choke. Empire played a phenomenal game. They were the better team by far, by miles. But we definitely did live up to our own expectations of standards of level of play. And then we thought, it's a one-time fluke. DreamHack Montreal, easy qualification. Yoink, got 2-1 in group stage. Yikes. After that, a lot of hardships, meetings, etc. were had, and we spoke a lot about our philosophy about the game, our role composition, and we've done slight changes, as you see. Like Uno is now in a more specific role. I'm not going to talk too much about that yet because it's just the first game. I'm on a more hard support now, so that we can establish the back line, and then Fabian's going to IGL more from the front while I take the back. So I think we're kind of going in reverse now, back to our older year 2 kind of playstyle where we seem to just thrive better.
And at this point, you kind of have to try something, right? Everybody's been able to adapt to you. There's something where, G2 is ahead of the curve for a few months, and then everybody catches up after a while. And Empire has definitely taken over in that step. Now, you guys, it's possible for you to make it to Japan, but it's going to be a big fight. You have to win all of your games, and you have to hope that you get the right scores to go forward to Tokonami. Is there really any opponent after these changes, even after one game and maybe your scrims in the off season, are there any teams that really scare you to play against?
I get this is like a Twitch tag question I get a lot, and I respect the question, Milosh, and I usually don't respond to it, but I will because it's just you.
Hey man,
so,
I'm forcing you for it because some people force me to ask it. So go for it.
That's perfectly fine. You're the middleman, I'll be your delivery guy. So we don't fear any team. And I know for a fact that the reason why Empire is so goddamn good is because they don't fear any team. We have respect, right? We respect Empire more than any team out there because right now it's the Empire show. That is the new king in the town, and we're all just, paving the road nice and slow for them, or actually fast because they dominate and everything. So if there is a team to beat G2 consistently, online, on LAN, etc., it's going to be Empire. I do see potential in both the new SSG roster, TSM roster from North America, but that's obviously not domestically, that's more internationally. But within Europe, I still think there are 2 giants, there are 2 kings, and then there are 2 or 3 teams that are trying to become those very kings or those very giants. And then we have a bottom pack that just seems to have fallen quite far behind the show, and I'm not sure why, because they got the players, they got the staff, but maybe just the meta shift.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time to kind of adapt at some point, and well, maybe through the second half and more tournaments that we have, it'll be something. You guys are still not qualified for 6th Invitational, unfortunately, so we'll see how that shapes up until December, and even in the online qualifiers, should that come down to it. Though, Pengu, anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there watching your victory against Chaos?
First of all, you gotta buy the Sledge T2 skin from the new pilot program phase, of course. You gotta do it. There's no denying it. It's the best skin there is there. No bias, of course. And second of all, I want to thank all the people that have bought the skin already because it's supposed to be overwhelming. And of course, as always, the Pro League viewership, the fans, the spectators, the haters, all of them. We have created a nice community within Siege. We have really established ourselves within the esports scene overall and Siege as an individual game. And I just want to applaud everyone for doing a great job. I think the most recent thing that I can think of is that the KFC Gaming Twitter poll vote. Yeah. And I just want to point out that I think Rainbow Six Siege is undefeated on Twitter polls. We are just better. We come together when we need it, and we do great things. And I want people to keep doing that.
Pengu, one question from me, final one. Why do you not do all the interviews? And why does Fabian has to do some of them?
Well, I am doing all interviews because Fabian's banned, right? So I'm here now. I am your savior, your lord. You can bow down like you do to Fabian, and I will take it from here. And then when Fabian wants to be a nice guy, like Goga, for example, he's the nicest guy I think I can think of. My mom is a very kind woman too, but let's not talk about her right now. Once Fabian behaves better, and once he overlines or aligns with how things should be on this interview stage, you'll see more of me.
Let's hope for the best then. Nicholas, thank you so much again, and thank you for gracing our screens. Hopefully Fabian is in a better place now. Good night.
Good night.